Good morning, everyone. Well, after dealing with a mixture of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow across Nebraska, we have now made the transition to all snow across the state. So that's the only thing we have to worry about anymore. But where is the snow now, and when is it going to be coming to an end? So that's what we're going to focus in on over the course of the next 36 hours. We'll walk you through it here. This is 8 a.m. this morning. Notice it is all blue in Nebraska. That area of rain, freezing rain, and sleet has moved off over into Iowa, and actually looking pretty dry in southeastern Nebraska for the morning commute. Not much going on. Looks like the worst conditions are going to be in the north central part of the state, but light to moderate snow showers in south central Nebraska as well. Activity winding down over in the panhandle, and that's actually the panhandle where it looks the driest today. Mostly just lingering flurries as far as legitimate snow accumulation look like it's coming to an end in the panhandle, but definitely still got a ways to go for the rest of the state. Let's take a look at 11 a.m. So I think the best chance of snow in southeastern Nebraska, Lincoln, Omaha, late this morning through the early afternoon. Also going to mention there's still going to be the chance for lingering flurries. I know it looks pretty dry, Scottsbluff and Oshkosh, as I mentioned, but I still am going to leave the chance for flurries through the day. But I think by tonight, the chance for flurries coming in. But where you're seeing blue is where legitimate light to moderate with occasional pockets of heavy snow, but this looks like mostly light to moderate snow that's going to be coming down. Temperatures for the eastern part of the state, it's only going to be getting colder after 11 a.m. So for the eastern part of the state, these are high temperatures, but we'll actually see temperatures come up a little bit in the afternoon in the western part of the state. I got to call it breezy over in the eastern part of the state. Places like Lincoln, Omaha, we're going to see gusts around 25 miles per hour. But you get over into the western part of the state, the winds just getting lighter and lighter. By the time you get over to Scottsbluff today, winds no more than about 10 miles per hour. So breezy to the east, but not much wind in the western part of the state, where there's going to be more snow today, also a bit more wind. All right, so here's 2 o'clock, and again, still dealing with scattered snow showers, particularly in the northeastern part of the state, but still in southeastern Nebraska as well. Just flurry activity, mainly for the western half of the state. Now the legitimate snow showers and any additional accumulation now limited to the eastern half of the state. Homebound commute starting to back off in the Lincoln, Omaha area. I'm going to mention the chance for isolated snow showers still, but not a guarantee, particularly the farther south you live in southeastern Nebraska. And then by the time we get to the evening hours, notice how there's even less the big area of snow, now mainly limited to the northeastern part of the state as far as additional accumulation is concerned. We're going to skip through the rest of the evening and overnight hours and talk about the morning commute tomorrow. So really, it looks like through the day tomorrow, there's going to be very little change. I think we could still see some what you could consider actual snow showers in the far eastern part of the state, but for most, what we're going to be dealing with are just off and on flurries. That's what I want to classify it as. I think we're completely done with even the flurry activity in the panhandle tomorrow, but for central and eastern Nebraska, most of us are going to see off and on flurry activities and maybe some legitimate still light snow showers in the far eastern part of the state, maybe including the Omaha, Council Bluffs area, but even like for places like Lincoln, Columbus, I think we're going to be done with any additional accumulation. We're talking about most of us just very light stuff already by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. But the thing is, we're just going to kind of be dealing with the same situation for much of the day. Here's 11 a.m. and you can kind of see a chance for flurries anywhere where we still have that cloud cover. Notice how the clouds are really breaking up in the western part of the state. And here's 3 o'clock, and notice how the cloud cover now is starting to really break up in the central part of the state, so the chance for flurries starting to come to an end for even more folks by the time we get to 3 o'clock. And look at temperatures for tomorrow. It's definitely coldest to the north and east. Look at that, 22 in Sioux City. And notice colder in Omaha than Lincoln, 27 versus 32. But doesn't get much warmer than that. As far as warmest spot, that'll probably be around Beatrice with highs in the mid-30s. But a lot of us, as you can see, are going to be low 30s to upper 20s. Now, the wind's definitely picking up in the western part of the state tomorrow. In around Scottsbluff area, we're looking at gusts 30 miles per hour. Not much of a change in the eastern part of the state. Still going to be breezy, gusts around 25 miles per hour. So in general, winds very uniform across the state. Gusts 25, 30 miles per hour. And finally, by the time we get to 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, I think we're done with the flurry activity in central Nebraska. For the eastern part of the state, notice the blue trying to hold on. I'll leave the chance for flurry activity through Wednesday night, but by Thursday morning, for the Thursday morning commute, the flurries over with. So, how much more snow to go? I know I was talking about snow for a long amount of time, but again, I do want to stress that for most of us, not seeing any heavy snow. This will be light to moderate snow. So notice we're only talking about a dusting for places like McCook, Oshkosh, Chadron, Scottsbluff, where basically we're only going to be dealing with flurries until they come to an end by the end of the day. Then you got an area with a lot of us seeing 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 inch. Really, we're talking about less than an inch, though, in a lot of places. Even Omaha. Notice Omaha more than Lincoln, but still under an inch. Columbus, Grand Island, Kearney, Valentine. But then you go to the far northeast, and this is where the snow is really still going to be piling up. We got about another 4 inches to go in Sioux City, Norfolk, about 2.5 inches, and maybe as much just to the north and east of O'Neill, maybe another 5 to 6 inches to go before it all comes to an end.